Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to, or welcome to, I guess I should say, since we're technically starting a new series. Welcome to Darkest Dungeon with the Pitch Black Dungeon mod. So I played Darkest Dungeon a while ago, and it was alright. I liked the art style, and I kind of liked the gameplay, but it got a bit repetitive after time. But the Crimson Court DLC, I've heard good things about, and I had a chance to pick that up earlier, and also I found a mod called Pitch Black Dungeon, which looks really fun, so I figured I'd give it a try. Let's get started. Yes, all of that is on, please. So they also added Blood Moon difficulty, which gives us a time limit and hero death limit, which sounds like maybe I'll give it a try later, but I'm super out of practice for Darkest Dungeon, so we're just gonna go for normal campaign, and make sure all of our mods are on. There's a bunch of other... I got a bunch of character skins too, because why the hell not? Whee! Click all of them. Pitch Black Dungeon is what it's called. Alright, let's get going.
You will arrive along the old road. It winds with a troubling, serpent-like suggestion through the corrupted countryside, leading only, I fear, to ever more tenebrous places. There is a sickness in the ancient, pitted cobbles of the old road, and on its writhing path, you will face viciousness, violence, and perhaps other damnably transcendent terrors. So steel yourself, and remember there can be no bravery without madness. The old road will take you to hell, but in that gaping abyss, we will find our redemption.
Alright, here we are. Our coach is broken down, and we are basically just need to make our way home. This is like the tutorial section. Nothing super exciting is going to happen here, but it's a good intro to the game. So down in the bottom right here, we've got the map. Basically, you just select which room you want to move to, and then you move down the hallway. You can move your characters with W, or with A and D, and W is to interact with things. So we've got our two starting characters. They're always the same characters. We've got Renaud, our Crusader, and we've got Dismas, our Highwayman. So let's move into the next room.
Brigands have run up these lanes. Keep to the side path. The Hamlet is just ahead.
And of course, we've got our friendly narrator predicting doom and gloom for everybody.
Brutal fashion, that all may hear of your arrival.
So yeah, combat is turn-based, and all the characters get 4 abilities they can use. You can also skip their turn, or move them around and skip their turn. And their position in the party is actually tells you what abilities they can use, and how they can be targeted by enemies' abilities. For now, we've just got Dismas. He can't use a couple of his abilities. Oh no, he should. Oh no, because there's only one enemy, so he can't. He's too close to use most of his abilities on. So we're just gonna make him bleed. There you go. He's now bleeding for 3 damage per round. And he missed us completely. What a chump. And now Renaud, our Crusader, is just gonna smack him in the face. Thank you, Renaud. And we got loot. We're gonna take all the loot, because why do I have so many journal pages? Oh, this is, I guess, the intro to Pitch Black Dungeon. Cool. That's good to... Holy hell, we have a lot of these. So this is just letting us know everything has changed. The heroes have been overhauled, the enemies have been overhauled, the dungeon generation has been overhauled, curios have been overhauled, everything has been changed. I'm not going to read through all that, because it's a lot of text, and it's not, I don't think, super duper important. Alright. And we can interact with objects in the environment. We got Maester's Hat and Jute Tapestry. Wow, those are quite valuable. Wow. Minus 10% stress damage received, plus 5 dodge, minus 10% chance of party being surprised. And plus 50% stress healing received while camping, which is for some reason blacked out. Of course, time worn tapestry. Oh, so this is just an item that we sell for money. Cool. Well, we're gonna have a lot of crowns when we come out of this, or whatever the money is. It's just gold.
An ambush. Send these vermin a message. The rightful owner has returned, and their kind is no longer welcome.
Alright, so here we have our first big enemy. This guy actually takes up 2 spaces in the roster, which is why Dismas cannot target the Brigand Fusilier with his knife. That's fine, though, because we're just going to have Dismas shoot him and buff himself. Give himself bonus dodge, bonus accuracy, bonus crit. That was... Oh! Activates Riposte. Okay. Yeah, so abilities have been changed. I'm not going to know what all of them do. Torch plus 25, mark targets, stun, zealous accusation. Ooh. Okay, so yeah, everything's been modified a little bit. Anyways, let's stun this guy, because I don't want him doing anything before we've finished off his friend. Ah, he resisted the stun. Crud. Okay, good. Fortunately, Renauld resisted being shoved backwards, at least. Okay, that riposte thing is kind of silly. Alright, that guy's almost dead. So I'm just going to blanket. I'm just going to do the Grape Shot Blast to hit all of them.
Their formation
like so.
is broken.
Corpses. Yes, enemies leave corpses behind that take up a space on the map. You can get rid of them by attacking them. We don't need to right now because there's no reason. We are instead... I don't know, actually. I guess we're just going to smite this guy. Yeah, because he's got 50% stun resist right now. Every time you use an ability, you try and apply a debuff to someone, they usually get a resist to that specific debuff temporarily. So that you can't just perma-stun somebody, basically. This guy does not have has a lot of health, but not a lot of bleed resist, so we're going to stack some bleed on him. So that will help. Oh. Please stop making my Crusader bleed. I really don't appreciate it. You're not even doing any damage. Alright. Oh, he's still got 50. Okay, so I guess that's just his base stun resist. Well, let's give him another then. Ah, he resisted again. Crud. Alright, stack some more bleed. All of the debuffs stack basically to infinity, so you can see he's now bleeding for 6 per round instead of the 3 that it was last round. And that means he's dead on his turn. Smack.
Size alone does not dissuade
and we get all these items, and we have actually completed the quest. But we want to check what's in this box. And by we, I mean Dismas, because if it's trapped, I don't want it to kill Renauld. It's trapped. It's Blight. That doesn't matter, because we're literally just going back to town. Going back to town removes all of the debuffs that you're facing. Well, apart from, like, mental problems. Okay. Well, we made a bunch of money. Seems a little bit silly. And both our heroes leveled up, which is good.
Welcome home. Such as it is. This squalid hamlet, these corrupted lands, they are yours now, and you are bound to them.
Good to know. So we've got some quest goals here. Complete 4 into the ruins, 4 into the Weald, defeat the apprentice necromancer, and defeat the Sonor's prophet. We've unlocked the tavern. That's basically all that happened this week. Alright, so we've got a bunch of... Yes, thank you. So we've got a stagecoach for recruiting people, and we're going to want to pick up...
Women and men, soldiers and outlaws, fools and corpses.
Pick up our 2 other guys.
Find their way to us now that the road is clear.
So we need to have 4 people in our party to go on an expedition. The tutorial is the only exception where you get 2 people. Well, actually, there might be some other ones that have been added that I don't know about, but yeah, if we don't have 4 people, we just can't do anything. Fortunately, heroes are free to recruit and dismiss, so what you can actually do is just hire 4 random heroes and just send them on a mission with, like, no equipment. We've also got the tavern.
Fresh kegs, cards, and curtained rooms promise solace to the weary and broken alike.
So that's the stress relief building. That, and where's the other one? The tavern and the abbey are the stress relief buildings. Basically, your heroes will get stressed out over quests. You can see Renauld has... You just look at her. Yeah, Renauld has a tiny, tiny little bit of stress going from the mission. And if their stress gets too high, they have problems. We have no fallen heroes, so the graveyard is empty.
Most will end up here, covered in the poisoned earth, awaiting merciful oblivion.
The guild we can use to train our guys' new skills.
Make no mistake, we will face ever greater threats. Our soldiers must be ready.
And this one just...
In time, you will know the tragic extent of my failings.
The narrator talks a lot. The Ancestor's Memory lets us just view cutscenes. And the survivalist will teach us camping skills.
At home in wild places, she is a stalwart survivor and a strict instructor.
I don't think there's any desperate need for us to be learning things from the survivalist at the moment, because we're probably not going to be doing any missions that require camping just yet. For now, we have points we can upgrade things, which we should definitely do, because we've currently got a roster of 14, and we have plenty of gold, so let's bump those both up.
Word is traveling. Ambition is stirring in distant cities. We can use this.
Guild-wise, there's not a lot of reason for us to upgrade the guild just yet. We have the points for it, but nobody's leveled up enough for us to justify that. Same for the survivalist. The tavern... Okay, the tavern just upgrades for money, which is definitely worth it, because stress recovery is super important.
Await those who cross the threshold with coin in hand.
And everything else is... we can't access it just yet. So, let us embark on a quest, and we will see what this is going to look like.
Of madness and morbidity. Your work begins.
Alright, so we want to work out where our party members are going to go. So, Senlis the Plague Doctor. Oh, right, everybody has quirks and traits and whatnot, which are pretty cool. They give them a little bit of character. Senlis has a bunch of abilities that she can use from the 3rd slot, so that's where she's going to go. And Malvason, who's dressed up as the Emerald Herald from Dark Souls 2, has no preferred position, but we're going to put her... we're going to need to send her to... Actually, we're going to need to retrain her skills, because she has really crappy skills. What we need... Oh, we can't train her any more skills. Oh, no, we can. Okay, cool. So we want Divine Comfort for healing, and we want another backline skill, which I guess will take Judgment. And then we should be able to equip those. So we don't want the 2 ones that require us to be in the front line, because we don't want her to be in the front line. That should do perfectly. So she can now be right at the back. The usual suspect, because this is like the generic Darkest Dungeon party, because these are the same for... You always get these guys to start. So that's why they're called the usual suspects. We have some items we can give out. Minus 50% Resolve XP. That doesn't sound good. Well, I'm just going to hand the Maester's hat to Renauld, because she's going to be trying to draw as much attention to herself as she can. And let us head into the... Oh, learn the basics of PBD in this scripted mission. That actually sounds like something we should probably do, just so that I'm not missing anything important.
The cost of preparedness, measured now in gold, later in blood.
Yeah, so this is where we basically buy our equipment for the thing. Can I read this? No, we just have it in our inventory. Okay. So we're just going to buy food, and torches are very valuable. And I guess we'll pick up a shovel as well, just in case. If we don't use the stuff in the mission, we just sell it back to the guy at the end. So we're not losing all that much money by... Please read the first page found in your inventory to get started. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. But yeah, we're not losing all that much money by buying stuff here. Especially since we seem to be earning quite a lot. Now, they said read the first page in our inventory. Welcome to your first quest in Pitch Black Dungeon. This quest will further outline some of the basic principles of the mod and ways you can be efficient and thrifty with the environment around you. Please read all of the lore pages you find and follow the instructions just for the course of this quest. This quest has been scripted to provide you with a specific set of skills and give you a head start. Okay, good to know. Well, we've only got one room to go to, so let's hop to it. And we run into some skeletons immediately. Hello, skellies. They have 300% bleed resist. It is not worth even trying to make them bleed. I'm sure if you had some crazy setup, you could make a skeleton bleed, but we don't. So instead, we are just going to weaken them a bit. Yeah, we could stun somebody. Sure, why not? Hope you got stunned. Ah, he resisted it. Oh, he's only got 10% stun resist too, so we just got unlucky there. Alright, now, Renauld does crazy damage to skeletons, because they're unholy. and she's a cleric, or a paladin, so
Back
crunch.
to the pit.
Yeah, probably should have just focused on killing that guy with Dismas instead of playing around with it. Oh, because there's no enemies there. There's not a whole lot for us to do here. I guess we'll just buff Reynold a little bit. Hello. Oh, the skeleton came back to life. Okay, that's kind of rude. And Dismas missed. And Dismas got clonked for his failures. Alright, let's drop some healing here on Dismas. Get him back up to full. Or full-ish. And Reynold gonna smite the Skelly for us. We should try and get Senless the Plague Doctor heal ability, because it's quite good. It doesn't heal as much as the Cleric one, but what it does do is remove basically every debuff. Or all of the damage over time effects, so that's quite nice. Dismas, man, you're kind of failing me right now.
Another one falls.
20 damage, I like it. Did you notice how one of those skeletons had the ability to act twice during a round? That skeleton...
victory, nonetheless.
Yes, thank you. That skeleton had the affix called Quick. His speed is increased and he can act twice each round, but his accuracy, critical chance, and damage is lowered. Make sure to hover over an enemy and look at the name, for some affixes aren't so easily identifiable. Okay, and we got another journal page. Oh, that just says the same thing. Okay, cool. Alright, so the enemies have little buffs on them. Interesting. We'll have to keep an eye out for that. So what waits for us in this next room? Is it more skeletons? It's empty. Let's zoom the camera out a little bit here. Oh, we found a pack, and we should also use one of our torches here. Pack contains loot. You just found a caustic solution, a corrosive chemical base with which potions can be created. Caustic solutions can be used on a variety of curios with various outcomes. You'll be able to combine them with liquids found at curios, and in some cases the solution will imbibe nearby dark powers. Let's take this one to the room ahead and create a potion. Okay, cool. I will take all of that stuff then. Alright, so, new items added in. And I'm interested to see how this potion creation mechanic works. Hello, cultists. Hex-proof cultist. I don't know that we have any hexes, so... Ah, crud. Shoved Dismas all the way to the back so we can't use his bleed. Okay, the cleric can still use all of her abilities, so no major concerns there. Let's just stun this guy, or attempt to. Perfect. Dismas is gonna need to move himself forward. There we go. So we got our ranks back in order now. The Plague Doctor. I'll just try to make this guy bleed. There we go. And then Reynold. Okay, he's probably dead on his next turn. Yes, he is. Fantastic. So with that in mind, make you bleed as well. Make you bleed some more, I guess. We have a lot of damage in this party, and I am enjoying it. Okay, well, she's dead on her next turn anyways. Let's just drop a heal on Dismas here.
The slow death. Unforeseen. Unforgiving.
Yeah, if enemies die to the damage over time effects, like bleed or blight, they don't leave corpses, which is nice.
This is how a life is taken.
Hopefully you observe the name of the witch and notice that she was hexproof. In this case, the affix gave her immunity to debuffs instead of a modified initiative or combat stats like Quick did to the skeleton from earlier. Always remember to read the names of the enemies each battle. Failing to do so could result in the loss of a quest. Alright, good to know. Now, he said we can make a potion out of this, so we're going to put the caustic liquid in. The potion you just created will increase the damage you do to undead enemies for an entire battle. It does, however, have other uses as well. Let's take it to the room on the left, where there's an Iron Maiden, a nasty skeleton. Is waiting to ambush you. Use the drop to keep him at bay while you grab the loot. Using non-purchasable potions to get loot from curios will always yield above-average loot. You can, of course, choose to keep the potion and use it. You may also sell it for a moderate amount of gold at the end of the quest. Alright, cool. Good to know. So, the room on the left... And there's a skeleton waiting to ambush us. Burn another torch there, and just keep our guys happy. You don't need to burn torches, but people get a lot of stress when it's dark. Alright, so we poke this, and we drag this draft in there. Very nice find. Great rewards can be extracted by making the most of your environment and the tools at your disposal. Let's head back to the main room and continue on our journey. What did we find? Oh, we just got a bunch of gold. Cool. I'll take it. Alright, back we go. Also, you use less torchlight when you're walking through hallways that you've already explored, which is pretty nice. Means backtracking is not quite as painful as it would otherwise be. How many torches we got left? 5. Yeah, we're fine. Hey, we got more stuff. That contains loot. It contains...
Wealth beyond measure. Awarded to the brave and the foolhardy alike.
What you just found may look like a weapon, but it's actually an invaluable tool. Keys can be expensive, but they're the right tool for the job when it comes to locks. If you're short on money, you just really need to cut out some pages of an informative book. Daggers can be used to pick locks or locate hidden treasures, but they're not the most efficient. In a couple of rooms, you'll find some old books stacked up. Use the daggers to cut out some noteworthy pages. Cool. Alright. That's very interesting. Alright, so there's a bunch of new mechanics in this. Hello, skellies. Okay, so we got a quick skeleton, we've got a resistant skeleton. Yeah, see, he's got 15% protection, and he's got much higher resistances than his buddy here. Oh no, he's got worse... Oh, he's got worse physical protection, but better resistances. I see. Okay, cool. Good to know. And this guy gets to go twice. We should probably deal with him first, because I don't like him. But Ronald should be able to take him out in one swing. So instead, we're going to focus on dealing with the resistant guy, and buffing Dismas as well. Speak of the devil. That didn't really do a whole lot. Alright. Plague Grenade. We could blight them, and they don't have blight resist, which is great. Oh, we can only blight this guy. And he has resistances. Well, we'll give it a go. It's one of the best ways to do damage with the Plague Doctor is blight grenades. Ow. Rude. Alright, let's get a party heal going here. Well, you critted the one who already had full health, so that's good. Oof. Ronald's taking a bit of a beating here. Alright, let's get rid of this chump. Thank you.
Executed with impunity.
Oh, okay. And then he came back as another skeleton. That's unfortunate. But now that we've buffed ourselves... Man, Dismas is just not doing great, this one. Yeah, we could use another party heal here.
A momentary abatement.
Getting all the crits on the Plague Doctor who's not actually taking damage, which is kind of unfortunate. Alright, yeah, let's just buff Ronald. Use her to try and finish this fast. Because she... hurts.
Obliterated.
Okay, so that guy's gonna die on his next turn. We don't need to worry about him anymore. He's gonna die on his current turn. We don't need to worry about him anymore. Unless he comes back as another skeleton, who is still blighted. Okay. Well, let's shoot him then. Okay, now he's gonna die. And hopefully he won't leave a corpse, so he's not gonna come back. Dismas could use some healing. There we go. And, you're still buffed. It's not really a whole lot for you to do. Just stab this guy, I guess, for some damage. Not any desperate need to do that. Just didn't have anything else for her to do with her turn.
A faint hope.
And splat. There we go. All sorted.
Be wary. Triumphant pride precipitates a dizzying fall.
Alright, so we gotta look out for... Aha!
Even
He brought
the
a shovel.
cold stone seems bent on preventing passage.
That's what you use shovel for, clearing rubble. Otherwise, clearing them takes a bunch of time, basically, and your guys get injured, and it's just unpleasant. Alright, so we want to use the dagger on these. Cut out some notable pages. You found some short poems, but no lore. Those short poems can be used on a hero to relieve 10 stress. Don't worry, though, most of the time you'll find at least one page of lore, because lore pages are worth 500 gold apiece. They can be a quick and easy way to bring home some extra gold, while also learning more about the world around you and the personalities that inhabit it. Enemies, discarded packs, book stacks, and bookshelves are all great places to find lore, though you'll only need to use daggers on the latter two. Pick a direction and let's continue forward. Alright, well, I guess we'll hang on to the poems for now. But we will need to keep an eye on our cleric's stress level, because she's getting decently high. Oh, and we got scouting. Okay, so they're both empty. Okay, it doesn't matter what way we go. I guess we'll go up. Because we only need to finish 100% of room battles, so we just need to go clear out whoever's in there. Alright, what do we got? A bone rabble, a resistant bone soldier, a regular bone soldier, and a deadeye bone arbalist. Oh dear. That's something I don't want. Shoot him, please. That sounds dangerous. Let's get some stun on these guys. And by these guys, I mean this guy. Yeah, stunned and shuffled to the front. That'll learn ye. Dismas getting the riposte in there, and Dismas is gonna get some healing as well. So I don't want him to, you know, get hurt too bad. Okay, so that guy burned his turn. Man, that riposte is quite useful. Okay, we can't reach the Arbalest yet, unfortunately. But get rid of one of these guys.
Destroy
and he comes back.
all.
Alright. Well, let's get some blight on you two. There we go. Get some bonus damage. Oh, he's got a lot of health, too. Okay. That's not good. That was a lot of damage. Get some emergency healing on that. And we are gonna just shoot that guy. 5, and he's taking 3 blight. It's not quite dead yet. Oh, jeez. We're getting beat up here. Fortunately, this is the last battle for this area, so we should be okay. Get rid of that guy. Is he gonna come back? He's gonna come back. As a soldier, too. That's unfortunate. Alright, let's get more blight on things, because blight is wonderful. Okay, that guy should die on his turn now. And Dismas, you can just... That guy's also gonna die on his turn. Cool.
A singular strike.
There we go.
Great is the weapon that cuts on its own.
The best part about that is they don't leave any bodies, so they can't come back. Let's get some party heal going. Bing.
Sedated.
Splat. Perfect. Ah, he's so low. Okay, well, Dismas might be able to kill both of them with a good grape shot. If he gets to go first, which he does. He's fast as hell.
Broken. Maintain the offensive.
Great work, but this is only the beginning. Now that you've got a good handle of the changes and additions, it's time to test them in real fights. Remember to check the glossary should you need further information, and don't forget that all journal pages brought back to the Hamlet can be viewed again via the statue. PBD's difficulty is heavily determined by the length of quests you play and the risks you take, so be careful when making decisions. Shorter quests may be safer, but they'll yield far less in reward than a longer quest. Thanks for downloading and playing Pitchback Dungeon, and good luck. Cool. Hang on, I want to check this chest first. Yeah, Dismas can do it. We got a bunch of gold. I like it. Alright, let's head back to town. Alright, we got all our loot. Skip that. Ooh. Our cleric got it, or our vestal got Wield Scrounger, plus 10% scouting chance in wield. Fantastic. Sometimes you get negative qualities as well, which are unpleasant. You can get them removed, but not right now, because we don't have access to the sanitarium. Just because you have 10,000 gold layer.
We dug for months, years, an eternity, and we were rewarded with madness.
Hello. Supply cost changed by minus 100%, provision cost changed by minus 100%. I like that. And what happened? Town event adventure awaits. Blacksmith is now unlocked. Abbey is now unlocked. Sanitarium is now unlocked. And the Wield has been unlocked. Cool. So that's all that happened this week. Anyways, that is where I'm going to call it for today. So, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next episode. Goodbye.